Hello, welcome back to One Shot's Fun Spots. My name is Elliott Brotherhood. I am your host, and today I am joined by. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little struck by the guest that we have today. An old friend of mine, Chet Threads,
Hey everyone, how are you?
my personal friend, Chet Threads. We go way back, Chet. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised.
Hey
That you're here.
man, it's great to be here. It's great to be in your company once again. But I do have to admit, uh, I'm here to confront you.
Okay, wait. Gee. What? Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the flow.
Well, no, it's not the flow. It's just I feel like it gets so quick these days how often the guests just confront me about things. But like, uh, before
Right.
we, I don't know, get to the intervention section of the show already within the first minute and a half.
Okay, well, this is all part of it, man. This is all part of it. You're like bringing such a negative energy.
Okay. Oh my god.
Back in the day, we
Chet-
had such vibes.
Okay, but yeah, life changes, and you start a company.
Well,
Let's okay, Chet. I feel like we're starting off on the wrong foot.
I thought we started off on a great foot. Great,
Yeah,
great
all right.
foot.
Listen, we have listeners listening. They don't understand our rapport, our relationship. So why don't we start by explaining where we met and our relationship?
Yeah, well, we were catching waves.
We were catching waves. That is true.
I was catching a wave, big wave, man, monster wave.
Monster wave.
And you came up and you were like, "Oh my, mom, that guy, that, mom, that guy is so cool. I want to be just like him one day."
That's right.
And I then got off the wave and then surfed all the way onto the sand right in front of you.
Right.
And my bronzed body, I knelt it before you. And I said, one day you too can surf these waves of Milwaukee's beaches.
Right. And for those listening, I was 7.5 years old when we met, and you were
35.
That's right. It was frankly, I remember the look on my mother's face as she saw you hurling towards us, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Uncontrolled.
Right. She
by the
froze
way.
much like a possum.
She did freeze. She was both in fear for her physical safety and for the fact that this was the thing that I supposedly aspired to.
And then I said, "Hey, babe, don't worry. I'll take it from here." And I picked up your little 7-year-old body and found a smaller surfboard to surf alongside mine. And that's how you learn how to surf. Catch waves. The vibes, man.
Yeah. So just for all of the One Shots Fun Spots listeners, I, Elliott Brotherhood, do love surfing in fresh water in Milwaukee.
Well, when the waves are good, what are you supposed to do?
What do you mean? What am I supposed to do?
You're not supposed to not surf if the waves are good. Like you're just gonna sit there and go like, "Oh, look at those massive waves."
I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you.
Yeah, all right.
What are you supposed to do?
This is
That's what
again
saying
why
for
I'm
years,
here.
yeah.
I'm confronting you. You've changed.
Okay.
You've changed, man.
Chet, well, okay. How have I changed?
Well, for one, you have not caught a wave in a significant amount of time.
I catch waves.
You
I catch waves.
You don't catch waves. I've
I
been
catch
down by the
different-
beach.
It's different waves these days. I just
Oh,
catch
of money? Is that what this is about?
Quite frankly, yes, actually.
This is what I'm saying. It changed.
I'm
your
not
whole-
sure if you've Googled my company lately.
Of course. How could I not? I see your giant ads everywhere.
Yeah, no.
Your big, hideous face, hideous smile.
Okay, why?
face.
When did we hideous? When did we put that into this?
I mean, I'm just saying, like your haircut and your button-down shirt.
I've been getting the same haircut since I was like 15 years old.
Yeah, but before you would get all like knotted and
Right.
like awesome, dude.
Matted like a dog. That
Let
was
it.
stuck in a
Hey,
cave
what are you
for
trying
a
to say about my hair?
What am I trying to say about your hair?
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that it looks crazy and insane because you haven't used shampoo or washed it.
This is cause
probably since we met.
the waves of the lake wash your hair, man.
They don't is the thing.
They
There's
do.
a strange green tinge to your hair. When we met, it was platinum blonde.
That's how.
And now it's like a skunky green.
That's how Mother Nature wants it. Why am I supposed to intervene?
I mean, if that's what you want to say,
this
I
is
don't
what
know.
you clearly, when you were a 7-year-old boy, and I was saying, hey, this is how you
Yeah,
live
I've changed
life.
a lot since I was 7.
I don't
Chet,
get it, man.
okay?
I don't get it. Cause like I knew that guy. He was a good friend of mine. And now you're like, ooh, I'm gonna sit in my top of my tower. I'm gonna look down on all those people.
I do sit atop my I mean, yes, I thank you for mentioning my tower. I mean,
You're so different, man.
listen,
Your
Chet,
listeners should know that you used to be chill and you used to be cool and there used to be vibes.
when I was 7,
When you were 7 through 13, you were so cool.
and then yeah, and that's the interesting thing is that was kind of when the split occurred, right? When I was
You're
13.
telling me.
Yeah. I feel like I don't need to point out to the audience how concerning that window of time for us being friends is.
You were such a good friend, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you
what
listened-
happened, Chet? Why did things go wrong? Tell everyone why things went wrong.
Well, I wanted you to get a real experience of what surfing on the ocean was like. So I went to the zoo and I got several sharks and I released them into the lake. And you saw some of these sharks and thankfully no one got hurt. And in retrospect, yeah, it was a bad decision on my part.
But there's
And
another detail that you're leaving out there,
that
which is
several
that all
people
of
did get hurt.
they got hurt, but not just the people. They were saltwater sharks. You put them in fresh water, they all perished.
Yeah.
And they were endangered.
Yeah.
And you're passing this off like it was a sweet thing. All the
It was a
newspapers,
gesture.
the newspapers, the news outlets, it was national news. It has gone down in history, and you can look this up on Wikipedia, as the worst and most devastating zoo heist in history.
And okay, well, but wait, that all of those articles left out is that it's the thought that counts. And I think they really gloss over that and how what a kind, meaningful gesture that was on my part. Right, man? I never did that for anybody. And I did it for you. So I think I deserve that.
I mean, listen, Chet.
I did it for 13-year-old you who had the vibes and was chill, man.
Chet, here's the thing that I think you don't always understand about how our relationship
Because I
was
don't
back
eat
then.
beef? Is that why you changed, man?
Is that why I changed? Because you don't eat beef, so I felt the need to make some life changes?
You judged me, man.
I think, no, Chet, I think it's just that I think oftentimes, as much as I value your friendship, I think that you misinterpreted our relationship a lot. From the age of 7 to 13, you're kind of figuring out what you want and like out of life.
I took you on as a pupil, and you were my greatest student. You could ride waves like no other. You could ride massive 10-ton waves.
I was pretty good. I
so
will say I was pretty good.
Man. You could do the thing where it was like when the wave curls, or I forget what it's called. I don't know all the terminology, I'll be honest. When the wave curls around and you're just in the little inside of it, your 13-year-old self was baller, man.
No, I mean, yeah, I got pretty good. I think it was just not my calling.
No, I disagree. No one has ever surfed like that since.
You disagree?
It was your calling, man.
I mean, I don't feel like it was. I feel like it was just something that I enjoyed doing.
Right. Well, think of me as a disappointed father figure.
I don't.
What? What do you mean, man? I was not a father figure to you?
No, Chad. Looking back, I truthfully, as much as I do value your friendship, I think that you are a good guy at heart. I think our relationship was, quite frankly, for lack of a better term, wildly concerning.
You think it
From
was parasitic?
It's not that I think it was parasitic. Chet.
You were just a cool guy, man.
Chet, I was a child. I was a little boy.
You're right.
And you careened up to me. You described this as though it was like some sweeping, majestic thing of you, sliding across the sand on your
I described reality as it happened.
Chet, you careened up to my mother and I. We literally thought you were going to collide with us. My mother had just had hip surgery. If she'd have fallen over, she probably would have been in a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
Joke's on her. I also skateboard, so it was basically that.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because I took the board from water onto land seamlessly, and many people would have been standing ovationing me. They would have been like, hey man, that was so rad. Take my son and teach him. Take my son and teach him how to surf like you. Give him the skills that you have, man. Give him everything that you have to give, man. This is a great gift, man.
Okay. Listen.
This is a great gift, and this is how everyone should live their lives, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Okay. Here's the thing, Chet. It's the fact that you're saying this was my calling and I was so good, and I was good. I ripped some. I shredded some gnar, dude.
See, even you know the lingo better than I do, man.
I still, that's another thing I'll get to later. I think it's very strange that you don't know the lingo.
Everyone I know is accountants who are just surfing on their days off. They don't know anything about surfing.
And we'll get to that in a second. But I think the thing that you're just misinterpreting about this is that I was never passionate about surfing. I just started doing it because I saw you and I thought you looked cool as a 7.5-year-old boy.
You were a child prodigy. And most prodigies, they do that thing for the rest of their lives.
I mean, I think it's just not what I wanted. I think it's just it was a hot kid, and then I kind of forgot about it.
Hey, don't you understand? Don't you understand? Don't you understand, man? You don't have a choice. You just do the thing.
What do you mean I don't have a choice? I do have a choice. I made my choice.
You just do the thing you're good at, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Do you think I'd be standing in this multi-trillion-dollar, well,
billion?
We're not going down on that number.
I think you're cooking the books. Anyway, my point is,
wait a minute.
My point is, I'm here to bring you back. I'm here to show you.
Do you think that I made my trillions, possibly more like quadrillions, do you think I could have done that doing surfing? I'm really good at what I do.
Yes, I think there are quadrillions to be earned in surfing.
You think there are quadrillions of dollars to be earned in surfing?
How much money do you think there is in the world? All of that should be going to surfing.
You're standing here on this platform that I've given you. You're saying that all the money in the world should be put into surfing.
What else is there, man?
A lot.
Surfing is my world, man.
Yeah, your world.
Yeah.
And clearly you need to live in the actual world a bit, Chet.
No.
You're telling me that I've changed. I don't know, man.
I'm saying that you don't have a choice, because here's the truth.
What are you trying to get me to do?
I want you to be a surfer like you're supposed to. Let me tell you the story of my childhood, all right?
I would love to hear that.
It's just so sad, because I had skills much like you did. I was much like you in that I could surf so well. And look, I had a mentor like me. All right. I knew a guy, and his name was Brad. All right. I didn't know his last name.
It would be Brad.
What do you mean?
It just would be. Continue.
You're just stereotyping, man.
Am I?
Is it because I don't eat chicken?
You keep bringing. I feel like the amount of protein that's going into your body keeps. It keeps.
No,
going.
I sub it out for different beans.
Chet.
Anyway, my point is, there was this guy Brad, and he was like, this is your calling. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And I was like, no, I want to go into insurance. I'm so good at it. I make so much money insurance producing. And he was like, no, man, come back to being a surfer.
But
and I was like, yeah, okay, cool.
Notice what you just said there.
What?
You were really good at insurance.
Yeah.
How do you know that wasn't your calling? If you were really good at it?
Because I was wrong.
Why were you wrong?
Do you think I enjoy surfing?
Yes, I think you enjoy. Wait, are you implying that you don't?
I don't. I'm saying I was a child prodigy and I don't enjoy surfing, but I have to do it for the rest of my life.
You have to do it?
I must. According to Brad.
No, you don't.
Yes. You think I should go back into insurance.
I think that you should do what you are passionate about, a mixture of what you're passionate about, what you're good at, and what you feel called to do. So you're surfing for $0 right now.
Right. With a bunch of accountants who are lame.
With the accountants?
Yeah.
You like what? Like
we're
You dissolved your firm and said everyone get on your surfboards.
no, I worked
and,
for Allstate.
okay, a great. I mean, like, you know,
I
that's
was
what you feel called
insurance.
to do.
They're accountants. They're separate. Okay, they just know how to surf. And they're just like not going to ignore the waves when there are good waves. So there we are on the beach. Excuse me. And there we all are every time there's good waves, man. And so like, yeah, they're the guys I surf with. Are they my friends? No. They're all like, I don't know, super lame, man.
Chet, you keep oscillating wildly.
From what to what?
Like, I can't tell if you hate these people or if you love them. It's Chet. It's like
okay,
you're.
here's a best way to explain it. All right, every human is capable of a grand scale of emotions, right?
Okay.
But because of my life choices and what destiny has given me, the ceiling and the floor on both of those things have narrowed. So yes, these are my friends and these are people that I would like to surf with, but I don't like them. And
the
sure,
duality of you as a person is just so fascinating to me.
I mean, here's the other thing is I just don't think about it that much.
Clearly,
Yeah, I just go with the flow.
So what you're telling me is that you former golden Adonis of a man.
Well, I think I'm pretty good still.
I mean, sure, whatever. What you're saying is that you feel you spend literally all your time surfing. You feel that quadrillions of dollars, what that budget will be used for, I can't even begin to
No, sponsors.
Quadrillions of dollars worth of sponsors.
Yeah, man. How much money do you think is in the world? 1 quintillion?
I couldn't even begin to fathom.
It's probably that, and
I know that I have a lot of it.
Yeah, well, you should share, and so it should all, and then share it with surfing, and also give it all to surfing.
But see, to what end?
Because then everyone would know when the waves are good, man.
So advertising,
just
like for TV spots saying waves are good, go out.
It's just gonna be. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be watching your favorite show on broadcast television, and then there's gonna be, we interrupt this program to tell you that the waves are good. And then Mr. Lou plays, man.
So you want to like the National Weather Service? You want me to like put money into having there be like alerts? Alarming, like interrupting people's lives.
Yeah, just like the government does when there's like a big test or something.
Okay. Okay, so I can't help but feel like we've gotten just so off track just because I'm so fascinated by like.
Well, okay. I think what I'm asking is pretty simple. What you have to do is give all this up and come surfing, man.
See, you keep. I'm confused by that. You keep saying that I've changed.
You changed, man.
Yeah, from the time I was 13 to now when I'm an adult?
Yes, surfing was your life, man.
Surfing was not my life. We went surfing once a week, and frankly, you would pull me out at
in the middle of school, yeah.
It was always it was like you waited for the least opportune moment.
Look,
to pull me out every week.
Here's the few. Okay, you remembered some. You're gonna list.
Yeah,
some.
During school, there was that one time when I was literally like laying in bed in the realm between being asleep and being awake. Yeah. The moment, the instant moment where you go to sleep.
Best time to surf.
I turn and I see you standing over my bed with my board.
Yeah.
Telling me that it's time to shred.
Right.
It was 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
And it was dark out and the waves were heinously dangerous.
Right. 2 words. Waves were good. Anyway, here are the times I remember, right? There was one time you, as a 13-year-old, were taking the SATs in an advanced course, and you had geared up all year to do so. And I burst into the room in my trunks with my board and with your board and holding your trunks. And I said, "Yo, Teach, get this kid out of here. Waves are good.
And see, that's another thing that I think myself and my mother, quite frankly, haven't been able to forgive you for. They gave me a 3 on the SAT.
Wow.
They gave me a 3 because
Is that good?
that good?
I never took any tests.
Yeah, I can tell. It was.
Hey,
let me put it this
hey,
way:
you so rude because I don't eat pork.
you don't eat pork.
I don't eat pork. No, I'm basically veg.
Is that like for religious reasons?
That one is. The other ones are not.
What is your religion?
My religion is basically the way of God. Way of God. Way of God. It's in Greek mythology.
You know,
Yeah.
basically the way of God.
Way of God.
There
There were waves in ancient Greece, man.
the wave god.
Yeah.
What is the wave god called?
He's
Chet?
Neptune, or sorry, Poseidon's younger brother.
Poseidon's younger brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
wave God.
And like, I don't understand. What is your belief then?
Well, because pigs aren't in water, so you can't eat them.
So you only eat meat that's in water.
Well, for that reason, I don't eat beef because I would rather ride a cow than eat it. And for chickens, I would just
Go back. Go
What?
back.
What?
What do you mean?
Well, when I
You'd
see
rather
a cow,
ride a cow than eat it?
yeah, I mean you ride horses, so why wouldn't you ride a cow?
That's just such a strange belief to be like so stringent.
I mean, it just
about.
makes me think, that they, much like horses, are human beings inside.
Okay, so you don't eat pork because it's not in the water.
Hey, man, you're the one
Would
who
you
brought
ride a
up
pig?
religion, okay?
I mean, I'm glad I did because this is frankly some pretty. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just frankly fascinating to hear about.
Yeah.
So you don't eat pork because you want to ride the cow instead of.
Well, that's pork. You just confused two of them.
Or I'm
right?
sorry,
Yeah.
beef because you want to ride the cow. What about like
Chickens
chicken?
is the other one I mentioned. Yeah.
You ride a chicken.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't like the taste.
I mean, okay, sure. I mean, like you're entitled to that.
Great.
That's fine. Okay.
All right.
So, but you eat fish then.
Yeah, they swim in the sea. Yeah.
So anything that swims in the sea is fair game.
Yeah, whales, dolphins,
Whales?
scuba dive. Sorry.
Sorry? What was that last one?
What's that?
So anything that goes into the ocean, you're saying is free.
It's fair game
fair
if it's
game.
in there and the waves are good. So yeah.
Chet, you have just added a detail. You've added a layer to this that is just so ridiculous and
Well,
crazy.
sometimes look.
Are you telling me that? So you're telling me that I've changed? I've changed. I've changed because
Yeah.
I don't surf anymore, and I
don't
didn't make it my
surf?
whole life since I was 13. I'm
That's-
now a full-grown man, and I have a thriving business.
That's all true.
I've changed.
You've changed
But
so
you
much.
haven't. You've stayed the same, except for the little fact that we pepper in. I eat people when they go in the water.
I didn't change. I was always
You
like
weren't.
this.
I mean, as far as so you were eating people when I was running around with you at night.
that doesn't come up that often.
When I was 8.5 years old and I was running around with you in the dead of the night when my mother thought I was in my bed.
Hey man,
You were eating people. What if I fell in the water and you were hungry?
here's what. Okay, I can explain.
Can you?
Yes. Look, again, when the waves are good, it is so urgent that you get out there to surf. And sometimes you're about to eat lunch and then the waves are good. And I'm like, I'm so hungry. So then I was like, hey, 2 birds, 1 stone, man. I'm going to go grab my harpoon
Harpoon?
and surf, man. And I'll pick up lunch on the way. And I was like, and then that happens a lot. So then sometimes you're like, oh, there's a dolphin, there's a porpoise, there's a whale, there she blows. And so then there was one, I'm so used to it at this point, I threw it in and lo and behold, it was a dude.
Chet, how many men have died?
Only
How many
one,
men have
man.
you killed?
Only one that I killed. And then there was one that had been swallowed by a whale. And when I threw the harpoon, it hit him too.
So you.
But it's okay. They were both in scuba gear. I didn't know who they were.
Of course, because you don't want to have that. You don't want the layer of knowing them personally. You don't want to see the life leave their
But this was
eyes,
here,
right?
the reason I came here was about you, not me.
Yeah, you keep saying that I've changed, but truthfully, Chet, I feel like you're the one who's in crisis right
I
now.
think you just didn't know who I was. And maybe that's your problem.
That's my problem.
Yeah. I was pretty open.
Were you? Because I can tell you this much. I did not know when I was gallivanting around with the chiseled, blonde, locked surfer man who
You have to
careened up to my mother and
mention-
I did not know that man was harpooning people who were going in the water and killing them and eating them.
All right. I was at a low point after went back to middle school. And that's probably when it happened to be that I killed.
So
the
what
scuba
does that mean? What, you were at a low point? So how many people did you harpoon because you were at a low point?
I'm saying, no, the ones I mentioned.
Chet, like you can't. Why? I guess that's another thing. Why was it that the fact that I stopped lessons made you go into a rough patch in life?
Hey, you were my pupil. You were my pupil. You were my pupil.
I was a child. I was a child, Chet.
You were my pupil, much like I was pupil of Brad.
And yeah, that's another thing I want to ask about. Brad?
Yeah.
What's Brad's deal?
Brad's deal was the same as my deal. When he died, I took on his mantle.
You took on the mantle of Brad.
No, well, I mean, I'm still Chet, but like, I mean,
sure, yeah. I mean, that's not what I meant. Like,
yeah.
so,
have you ever read The Old Man and the Sea?
No.
It's basically this.
What is the Old Man and the Sea?
Huh? It's a book.
From when?
From the 50s?
I'm shocked that you're that literate. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, look, if it has the sea in it, I'll read anything.
Fair. I should have known. So I guess, okay. With our last few minutes here, Chet, I guess I'll give you the chance to explain to me why you feel that I've changed and make your pitch to get me to I don't know, change back. I don't really know what you want.
I already told you, give up this life, dissolve this company, and go back to what you were destined to always do. Like, you remember that other time when I interrupted you and you were about to kiss your crush? And I said, hey, the waves are good. And I yanked you away. You remember what you said to me that day?
I do remember, Chet.
You said she wasn't my crush. My waves are the crush that
Chet,
I always have had.
Chet, I know for a fact that you misheard me because the waves were so damn loud that day. They were slapping against the pier. It was because it was one of those dangerous whitecap days where it was just crazy 25-foot waves. I know you didn't hear me properly. I said, Chet. I said, Chet, that woman was my biggest crush for the past 6 years of school, and you ruined my one shot.
I mean,
for the waves, I said. That's where you must have misheard.
I mean,
I kept saying for the waves, Chet, for the waves.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks.
I was 10.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I was a child.
Hey, here's what's gonna happen, man. I'm gonna be back at the beach, all right? And you know where to find me. So what does that
mean?
You come
what the hell does that mean?
When you come to your senses,
my senses?
Yeah, you're gonna return to Mother Ocean. And I mean sorry, Lake Michigan. And that's how we're gonna become the people, and I'm gonna die, and you're gonna take my mantle.
Is that what happened to Brad? He died, and you took up his board and became.
He was
like,
Brad? hey, he's like, hey, Chet, I'm gonna go surf out to sea and find the biggest wave of them all. And so he got on his board, he started paddling just out into Lake Michigan.
And he disappeared.
Yeah.
So we don't even know that Brad's dead.
Well, you think he got to Michigan?
I don't. I think that he died.
There you go.
Well, but I mean, we can't assume he could have
returned back. Brad would never do that.
I don't know. I just think that this multi-trillion or whatever quadrillion-dollar company that I've built in this beautiful skyscraper office that I've modeled after the Oscorp building from Spider-Man is doing pretty good for me. I don't feel compelled to get rid of it all so that I can go gallivant around with Chet again at all hours of the night
Someday,
while he's harpooning people behind my back, and now I feel like I'm an accomplice to that.
I've moved on from those people.
Have you?
I think you should too.
No, I just learned about this, and I'm not going to move on for a very long time.
I moved on in like 20 minutes, man.
You moved on in 20 minutes?
Yeah, I was that was not what I wanted. Oh,
you ate them.
I was so hungry. I told you about the waves. It was my lunchtime.
Do you even know their names?
I didn't even look at their faces, man.
That's cold-blooded and insane. You truly are a creature of the a creature of the ocean, Chet.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, this skyscraper is so high. Do you think the wind creates waves that I could surf?
Do I think the wind creates waves?
Yeah, it surely does, right?
What I'm asking me this?
Do you think I could surf off the side of this building?
I think you should try that.
Yeah,
I think you should honestly try that, and I think you'd be doing humanity a favor if you tried that.
I don't think you have my best interest in mind. Your tone of voice.
Listen, Chad. Okay. Let's backpedal a little here.
That was a trick. I tricked
you.
You tried to get me to jump off your building.
Chet. Obviously, listen, I take that back. I'm sorry. Obviously, I don't want you to.
But are you sorry?
Hurl yourself off the side of my skyscraper.
But are you sorry for the real reason that you should be sorry?
No, I shouldn't be sorry for any reason.
You should be sorry.
Listen, I think we need to. Life is only so short for some of us. For you, I mean, how old are you now? Like
47.
Okay, quick math. I just think that listen, as much as I despise the things that you've done and the person that you are, and quite frankly, the role that you've played in my life, it's, you only get one Chet. So I do yes, that's your name. I'm talking about you.
I was talking about which Chet you may have.
You're talking about.
Sorry, because
you know what?
Chet's a common
I was going to try
name.
to bring it around. I
can bring it around.
No,
I can do it the same.
No, you know what? We're out of time.
I think
we're out of time. Chet,
Chet,
it's done. It's done.
All right.
And I am going to be calling the police.
No, man.
Oh, no, man.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, bummer. All right, Chet. Well, I
Is
hope
it
you have.
Because I don't eat Cornish Cayman?
You know what? Just because you mentioned that, I would say that's part of the reason. That's
you're so whatever.
Yeah, all right, Chet. This has been One Shot's Fun Spots. I'm your host, Elliott Brotherhood, telling you to watch your back when you go to the beach.
Oh, hey, I bet the waves are good.